Around here, we like to do things right and keep the budget low. So I'm about to show you how to hang Christmas lights like a pro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my new YouTube channel, where today my wife has a little honey-do list for us. So on the honey-do list, wife wants us to put up some new Christmas lights. So let's get into unboxing these and see how we're gonna do this. So I ordered all of these materials on Amazon. The links will be in the description down below so that you can get the same materials and do this exactly how I'm doing it for your house. So let's see what's in box number one. Box within a box. I would love to see it. Pretty sure this is our spool of wire. So we're doing most of the house in C9 Christmas lights. And this right here is how the pros do it. It's a 250-foot roll of C9 sockets. Purchase the bulbs separately. You cut this to the proper length. And then you use these vampire plugs here. So this setup comes with 10 additional vampire plugs, male, 10 female. It comes with 50 of these clips that we may or may not use. I heard some mixed reviews about these, so I went ahead and purchased some other clips that you'll see here in a minute. But we got 250 feet of this socket wire for $135. Let's see what we got in the next box. All right, in here, this looks like the bulbs. My wife and I have this great debate in our household. She loves white Christmas bulbs. I love multicolored Christmas bulbs. She broke down, we got multicolored Christmas bulbs. So these are 50 packs of multicolored LED C9 bulbs. They have kind of a little bit of a tempered effect on the outside of them. A little bit of texture to them. I purchased 50 of these bulbs at $29.99 a piece. So for 250 bulbs, that came out to $150. Let's go ahead and open up these light bulbs. Inside the box of light bulbs, they're sorted nice here. Looks like there's 2 layers of them. You get 2 layers of 5 red, green, white, orange, and down at the bottom there is some blue. The bulbs have this diamond texture pattern to them, and you can see the LED cell in there as well. These are plastic bulbs, shatterproof, and they feel really heavy, really good quality. And you can see the size of it compared to my hand there. That is a C9 bulb. So we've got one more bag left here. This should be the clips that we'll use to hang the bulbs. Which is what this appears to be here. And then also, this is jumper wire. So instead of running extension cords all over your house trying to connect these lights, you use these vampire plugs where you can even put a male or female plug in the middle of a line so that you can take power off of it and supply it down to your door, your window, whatever. So we're going to use these C9 lights to put an exterior picture frame around our house, if you will. And I'll see how many I have left over that I'm able to do my doors and windows with them too. The clips we got here are kind of a special clip. I'll see if I can bring a couple of them up close and show you. But basically these clips are universal, but they're really cool for these C9 lights. So with these special universal clips, they have these different size holes here where you can fit C7 and C9 bulbs in. All you have to do is clip this apart, put it in here, and now you can slide this underneath of a shingle, put your bulb in there, mount it so that your light bulb is standing vertically, flip it over, you can hang it horizontally, you can clip this onto a gutter, you can also hold cords in the back of it here, hang different style lights from it, or just manage power cords. So these are some really cool universal hangers. They're really inexpensive. I purchased 200 of these all-purpose hangers for just $21.99. Link in the description down below. Go get yours. Really handy. I'll show you how to use them better when we get up on the ladder here in a minute.
All right, so I'm going to start off with the outline of my house here, going up. Eventually, we are going to connect power over here on the other side. So over here, I have an outlet. We're going to run power down and tuck it behind this corner piece here and take it up to where my lights are going to be. Got the little giant ladder set up. Went ahead, got the spool of wires out, found that they tie a knot here so that you can find the end of the cable. And this will be our first socket that we hang. We'll put a male vampire plug on the end of this light to supply power. And then, like I said, we'll run a jumper cable from the corner of the eave down into this outlet. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on a chest cam and set up a tripod with the time lapse as well. I got to contend with this power line overhead at first, so I'm going to be on the ladder, but then I'll probably flip up onto the roof and just do most of it from up there. I think that's going to be easier. So I'll carry all my materials up to the roof and stage them, and then just work my way around the edge of the whole house. Come back later and tee in those female vampire plugs and drop down to the windows and the doors and whatnot. Alright, so you'll probably see me in the time lapse switching these colors around a few times. Basically, that's my OCD kicking in, and I think I wanted to go red, orange. This is probably going to be more of a yellow, you know, instead of a pure white light, kind of like a warm white yellow. So red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So we're going to try to follow the Roy G. Biv pattern, if you will. If you can see what I'm going to do here, is right at the peak. These are kind of uneven with the spacing at the peak of the house. I don't like that. I'm OCD. So we're going to move this green bulb back to the center of the peak of the house. And then we're going to kind of spread this bulb down, and we're going to slide this bulb down a little bit just to try to get the spacing right. And then whatever spacing we end up with on this side between these bulbs, we're going to copy the same thing on the other side. And that way we have a bulb right at the peak, and the spacing kind of looks even on both sides still. We ended up down at the corner here, pretty even on the corner. I'm not worried about an inch or two of perfection. And then we're just going to come right back here and keep running it down the gutter. But instead of the gutter, we're actually just hanging it off the edge of the roof, still under the shingles, horizontal, right down the gutter. I apologize for whatever gunshots are going off in the background. That's what you get when you live in a small town. So right here, we're going to have to go around my chimney. Instead of running the lights around here and wasting these sockets, lighting an area that I don't want to light, I'm going to go ahead and cut this wire right here. We're going to cut in one of those female vampire plugs, and then we're going to take some of this jumper wire, put a male plug on it, attach it to the female plug, run it around the chimney to the other side of my peak line and continue the light socket over there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Alright, so this is what we ended up here. Female plug going to a male plug. Jumper wire coming around the chimney. Another male to female plug. And we ride down to the bottom of the eave down here, where we added another female plug in case we ever want to extend it. But for now, that's just the end of the line. So let's go add in some more female plugs on the gutters, go down and hit my doors and windows. Alright, so on the side where we started, the first light, we added a male vampire plug. Then we took some jumper wire, connected a female vampire plug, ran that around the gutter, through one of the channels in the soffit, down this corner trim, underneath the siding, popped it out right here. We plug it in, and we have lights. Alright guys, it's the next day. So yesterday my cameras died. My nephew came over to visit. My wife decided to invite some people over. And next thing you know, ran out of time to work on the Christmas lights. So I'm going to show you what I got done that I didn't get to show you yesterday. So on the front of my house, I have an outlet over here by my stoop. Went ahead and plugged into that. Ran a wire over, under the siding, and up to this first main window in my living room. Went ahead and ran lights all the way around it. Used the same clips that we were using up on the roof to attach to some trim here. But then going up the sides, I didn't have anywhere to put these clips. So I got these stick-on C9 clips from Menards locally and just used those to go up here. And then used the same clips at the top and some more sticky clips down my other shutter just to give it a nice picture frame. Then we ran another wire through this trim down at the bottom of the siding. Attached a vampire plug to some more sockets here, and again use those same clips just to go around the trim of the door and trim that out nicely. So you end up with this nice picture frame around the door and the window there. Now this is where it gets really cool. So this window, I didn't want to run a cord all the way across that door, so I took the path of least resistance. And we decided to take a vampire plug, a little bit of an extension cord. As you can see, I clipped it onto some trim in the back there. And then I used another clip up front. Ran that around the gutter. I'll take you up top here. All you had to do, put one of these female vampire plugs right in the middle of this line. Put a male on this extension, and boom. Only needed about 3 feet of cord to get over to feed this window. And now, when these upper lights are turned on, this window light will turn on as well. So, we're going to copy this same design over on this window, and then we'll see how many lights we have over on the side of my house where my driveway is. It's kind of the main entrance to the house. We'll probably end up doing a door and window on that side as well. But I'm going to try to get my cameras all charged up, turn them back on here, and show you guys how we're going to finish this out. When it's all said and done, I'll get some nice B-roll tonight of these lights all turned on and what they look like at night. Alright, so it's time to jumper these wires back in here up to the gutter. I'm just going to take some jumper wire. I got a female plug on one end here. We're going to estimate how much of this we need. Once I have a rough estimate, I'm going to cut myself a little extra. So I have these little wires that came with my sockets. Or excuse me, these little clips, these little hangers. So what I do is I take my wire and run it through one side of that, run it through the other side of this clip, and basically you create yourself a little mounting clip where now this has tension on it. So this is kind of like when you're setting up a tent and you can slide your guidelines in and out and put tension on them. You can do that with this clip right here. So I got one set up for the back side of the eave. I'm going to set one up to go on the front side of the eave as well. I'm going to go back over to my other ladder. So now that I've got it up here, we've got a little clip holding us on there. This wire, I'm going to pull up in this channel right here, and then I'm going to use my clip on the other side to clip it under the edge of the gutter here, so that it sits up there, kind of disguises it. Then we'll take this end, run it up over the gutter, and tie it into our lights above. Now that we've got our jumper wire ran up over the edge of the gutter, this is my favorite part of doing lights this way. We're going to take one of these female vampire plugs. On the back side of it here, there's a stopper on one end. It's open on one end, got a stopper on the other. We're going to rip that stopper out. Boom, now we're open on both sides. This entire time what I do is I find the big socket. The big socket's vampire plug is on this side of the socket. You take the wire, one side is smooth, one side has some ribbing on it. The ribbing always goes on the side of your big socket. So we're going to slide that ribbing on the side of the big socket there. I just use my nails to kind of press the wire down in and get those vampire teeth stuck into the wire. Now you're going to take another one of your clips here and you're going to slide this over the top to secure those wires. If you get one that's hard to put on, you can't really do it with your hands, take the back side of your pliers that you're working with and use the handle to seal that bad boy up. Now that we've done that, we're going to take our other wire, put a male plug on it here. So we're going to go ahead and line this up. Male plug would go in like that. This wire here, we're going to find the ribbed side. Big plug, ribbed wire needs to go on that side. We're going to go ahead and cut it to length about there. So let's cut that. Get rid of this little extra piece. That's some waste I probably could have saved if I measured a little better. Take our plug again. Ribbed wire goes on the side of the big plug, which for all of mine so far, the ribbed wire always goes on the right side of wherever you're sticking your socket in here. Now of course that would be different when you're using a female that you ripped the tab off of. Now you don't have a right side or a left side. But we're going to do that. Slide this clip on. Then we just plug these bad boys in. And now you have this nice little connection that goes underneath the gutter and connects nicely to your lights up there and takes care of your entire window. Starting to get a little light on my C9 wire here, so we'll see how far I can stretch that. We're gonna see over on this side of the house if we have enough sockets left to go ahead and take care of a door and a window over here. Alright, so we just did the math, and with the amount of sockets I have left, I actually ran out of male and female vampire plugs to be able to do the rest of my lights. So for now, what we've got done here is what we've got done. And I'm going to show you guys the final results with some drone footage. And then maybe in the future, I'll bring you guys back and show you what it looks like once I've bought some more materials and
finished it off for the 2026 Christmas season. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two, and I've showed you how to put up Christmas lights like a pro while keeping the budget on the low.